What's going on? Y'all already know it is. It's your boy Morbius. Today is Tuesday, which means another episode of Comic Relief. You already know on the show we love touching those edgy and touchy topics as usual. And you already know we coming at y'all swinging for your heads on this show. But speaking of Comic Relief, why don't we get into it? Salute.
What's up, brother?
Going on, my brother? Salute to everybody who's hanging out with us. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to another episode of Comic Release. Actually, episode 75. 75 is my favorite number because I was born in 1975. So that's one of my favorite numbers. I enjoy. And of course, you always got to pick up books of the year birth. You know, I don't know how many times I've picked up so many books just based on the fact that they came out in 75. You know, especially my month, September 75, is like, oh yeah, that's a given. You know, I think
the problem is when you're getting old like us, though, it gets expensive to get them.
It's more expensive. Exactly. If I was born in the 2000s,
2000s, it'd be cheap.
Fucking caking right now. But let's just get into the chat real quick before we get into the show, because today, unfortunately, I'm only gonna do half hour. I gotta get off by 8 o'clock. Got some personal things I gotta take care of. Y'all already know how it is, so can't give y'all the full hour, unfortunately, today. I wish I could have, but things are unexpected in life, and we gotta roll with it.
Yes, sir.
So let's get into this chat real quick. Salute, of course, Unruly Simir, always hanging out with us. Big Daddy John in the building. What's going on? Appreciate you, brother. Justin, what's good? What up, D? Yes, sir. We're gonna be seeing you this Saturday over at KinCon. Comic-Con. KinCon. What up? Coco, what's going on, brother? Yes, sir. Of course, Daryl, you already know, man. I was thinking of you, brother. Thinking of you.
Right up his alley.
Hell yeah. This is the master right here. Actually, I wasn't even really into reprints and like that. It was because when I met Paul, he got me really into it. I jumped the gun here. Where are we? Where's Sove? I saw Sove in here. Happy Tuesday. What up, Sove? Salute to you, my brother. Appreciate you hanging out.
Sove, what's good?
Time. Oh man, believe me.
JD, what's up?
What's up? Where's Rage at? There's Rage. What's going on, Rage? Ragin. Cajun. What's going on, guys? Appreciate you hanging out with us. We're gonna be talking today, really, reprints versus facsimile. And I know somebody I saw a few people mention it, that they were saying, oh, what's the difference? It's the same shit, and it's really not. It's more than just a change of cover. Real quick for those who, don't know, I'm pretty sure everybody does know, but fortunately some don't. Facsimile, the difference between a reprint and the facsimile is an exact replica of the original copy. So basically you're going to get all the original ads in there. You're going to get the editor columns, you're going to get all the letters that were written at that time. So everything that was in the original book, you're going to see in a facsimile. Now, reprint is totally different. Reprint, you get a different cover, different back cover. The inside ads are different. Is modern to whatever time that reprint came out. That's what you're going to see inside of it. The only thing that's pretty much the same is the story and the panels. You know what I mean? So that pretty much stays the same, and to a degree too. I think sometimes they might have seen probably some additions to it. I'm not sure, probably, but that's the difference there between a facsimile and a reprint. But yeah, so the end of the day, I was not really big into reprints, and facsimiles, to say, the least. But in these last few years, I actually started getting into it, especially when I met Paul. I had originally picked up that fantasy masterpiece, of course, Silver Surfer run. And of course, speaking of that, we got to pull out the Mephisto, because we heard Mephisto is finally, Paul, after so many years, after so many goddamn years, Mephisto is finally arriving.
Speculators finally get it right.
Finally get it right this time, and you investors, now it's the prime time, you know what I mean, to get in on the action. But yeah, definitely wanted to show this. What we got just to say here. He says, I try to borrow different versions when it comes out. Oh yeah, PSX, of course, man. Even when I buy the homage covers for that, but can't help it. You, of course not. You have to. You have to. Speaking of the GSX,
Definitely.
you know, I got the facsimile over here as a representation. You know, that I know Justin got like about 20 copies of that. So, you know, but yeah, speaking of just shout out to Justin. I saw your video earlier today. Shit is dope, Justin. With your dad. Shout out to Senor Mr. LaRoque himself. You know what I mean?
Shit.
First book I ever picked up, Web Spider-Man #1. So salute to the man. And I saw your video. A lot of great stuff you got from him, man. Can't wait, man. To see what you do at HersheyCon, bro. It's gonna be exciting. I can't wait to check that out. 22. Jesus Christ. And you know what? I believe it. I'm gonna believe it. I don't even think that's an exaggeration. I'm gonna believe it's 22 books, you know. But guys, I mean, Daryl, I know you're in here. I want to get your take on the whole reprints and facsimile, and what's your take on it? Because I know Daryl, read your comics. He's very big on reprints. I know he has a heavy collection on that. And another person that's also influenced me in picking up a lot of books and reprints, you know, because trying to keep up with these two guys, it was just like, I can't, you know, when it comes to those reprints, man.
It's just a cool other version of like great books, you know, and in some cases it's harder to find. You know, I remember me and Daryl talking about this with the Marvel's Greatest Comics #35, which reprints FF48. I would say it's almost harder to find a higher grade copy of that book than the real FF48.
Yo, you know what?
And Daryl would agree.
It is like that. You know, I did notice that. There are a lot of times that does happen. You know, there we go. Send the link. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I
this
like
up though, Morb. Speaking, you might like. So this reprint, I think it's Hulk 128.
Yes.
I think the color is different, but
see, so that's the thing. Like you got the reprint, which is dope.
Cool though.
Which is cool about the reprints is that you get a different take, you know, on the original artwork or the original concept of it. You know what I mean? Or even the story. They might give you something totally different.
So the story, you know, inside you still get the crazy trimpy art, and
you still get the great artwork. I keep it original.
You just don't get the ads inside for like sea monkeys and X-ray vision goggles.
Right, right. There you go. That's in the facsimile. You know what I mean? You'll get those ads, which that's the shit I like. I don't get me wrong. I love that shit. You know, but that's one of the things that I think kind of I lean towards, because when it comes to the facsimile, I feel like, to me, the way I always saw it was the facsimile was something I just wanted to have the original of. Of course, the facsimile now is like, these are books that is unattainable and you just want to have to see it, you know, like
just the only thing I dislike about the facsimiles is the print, like what it's printed on. Oh, you know, so I got like the Spidey 129 when it came out like a couple weeks back. Like it's cool, but it's like that bright white, like the colors are really bright. Like it's not that pulp, that paper, you know.
Right. That's the difference. Yeah.
That's what I would miss.
And when I was looking at it again, you know, you look at the ads as well. The ads are very, like, the colors on the ads are crazy because you're so used to seeing it on that paper, you know. But on here, it's almost like they have to add so much contrast to it so that you can really see it and make it pop. So a lot of the ads look crazy. They look like oversaturated, you know, and stuff like that. So it kind of like kills that. So that's why I guess for me, when it comes to a facsimile, I kind of lean to the original. Like that's where my mind always leans to. It's like, listen, man, if I'm gonna get the facsimile, I might as well get the real one. Exactly, that smell of comics, man.
I'm with you, JD. I need that smell of that.
Yeah, man, you can't deny that smell, man. It's primo.
Remember somebody told us the shit was poisonous or something?
Yeah, some shit like that. I remember
that's what spawned us with the gas mask.
Yeah, exactly. I heard that when I was younger and shit. They're like, it's not good, it's toxic, and it's
we're
like breathing in
whatever. Chemicals and
same
shit.
thing as standing too close to the TV. We all fucking did it. You know, so
watching the microwaves.
Exactly. You know what I mean? That shit don't change. But the reprint for me was more like you get something else with it. You know, just the same book, but now you get a little extra. You get the different cover variation to it. You know, what's going on? But the reprint for me was more like we're getting a delay.
Hold on, let me pop back out.
Book, okay. Now you get a little extra. There we go.
Daryl be back. Time stream there.
But yeah, I mean, overall, man, I think that I lean towards the reprints more than the facsimile. It just depends on the facsimile. But if you want to compare what I'm how many facsimiles I've purchased over reprints, of course, reprints dominates. You know what I mean? That comparison. Daryl.
All right. I had like a second stream going on. It was like doubling up.
Daryl got like 5 monitors going at once. He's like on 5 different lives right now.
He's Kang. He was controlling all the time.
I was going through my reprints over here to see what's better.
To give us your take and give us how you got into the whole reprints and what got you mostly into that and even facsimiles.
Yeah, mostly I wasn't really a big reprint guy either for most of my collecting life. I got into it really with the kids when I wanted them to have like physical copies because I was reading them stuff digitally and I was like, man, they really want something. And like trades and stuff were, they're just so like overwhelming to them to have this big thick book. So I was like, let me look up some like Marvel Tales. And I remember there was a FF series. And then I just started I got like addicted to them. And I started like buying them in lots. And then I ended up with like multiples and stuff. So then it's like, okay, now I want all the reprint series.
There you go.
And man, I love the reprints because they're still on that newsprint too. And it really gives that classic feel. Then the facsimiles are cool because you do get the ads and stuff, but they're always on that glossy paper, they're recolored, so they're like super bright and like so some of that original feel is lost in that. They're still cool. I like them and I buy them when I see them, but I think the 70s, 80s reprints are just
I think so. I think that facsimile it's just more of a cover, is more of just seeing that in your collection when you, let's say like AF-15, you know what I mean? Like when you open up your Spidey collection and it's like that's the first book you see in there, is you kind of feel like, oh, that would be fucking really awesome if I really had it, of course, and it's cool to look at it, it's like that's dope, but you're not opening it, you're not digging in there and like, oh right, let's see what's going on here. To me, I'm doing that to the reprints. When I get a reprint, I'm digging in there. I'm checking it out, seeing what's going on, see what's, like you said, it's just that original comic, feel, that original comic, look to it, that it is. It's just that original comic from that era. So you tend to lean towards that direction, I guess, for me, for us, I guess I would say, but as far as the facsimile, man, I'm not too much of a fan, even to this day. Just
imagine, man, if this was printed like on newsprint.
Oh, it'd be amazing, bro.
They muted the colors a little bit. It would be like the greatest thing ever.
It would change the whole dynamics of what that is.
They put too much production into it,
Right. You're right, Paul. They do. And I know you guys don't like DC, but DC doesn't do that with their facsimiles. They put it's not straight up newsprint, but it's like more of a matte paper. And
now it's got me thinking though, what about the True Believers? Because they're only $1. Are they on like
they're on
paper
glossy
or no?
too?
They're on glossy too. Okay.
Of course, they don't have the original ads and stuff.
They're
like house ads, but for $1, you couldn't be. See, I got into those with the kids too.
Because it's like $1 is like
they're $1 each, especially when they were still coming out. I'd be like, oh, and I would expose them to all different kinds of stuff.
All right, slow down there, Justin. All right,
he's up on
a little windy sale there. All right, buddy. Slow down.
For the facsimiles, he's right though. I mean, because they do put it on it's not original newsprint, but it's matte and it doesn't like hurt your eyes, the like black color just beaming off of it. So DC does do better on the facsimiles in that regard, I will give it. And one thing I wish that Marvel would do with the facsimiles is instead of putting that $3.99 in like where the original price is and the barcode on the front cover, it's like just put that on the back for the back
right.
back. It's like keep that. Everybody knows it's not 12, 15 cents, So put the barcode on the back side with the like proper price, which is kind of gouged anyway.
Yeah.
But keep that front cover looking as like original as it could possibly look.
And then like let's say this one here, I get it for retail sale. Like this one has the price $4.99 on it. Like, come on, you couldn't give me the original OG price on it. Like it's just certain things that when I look at it,
I probably don't want it to be too close. Remember in the 70s, I used to read in the guide that I guess people were buying those DC famous first editions. They were ripping the outer cover off And I guess underneath that, it's like identical to the original Golden Age books, like Superman 1, except they're like this big though. So I don't know how idiots were
falling for that shit. But I guess
Superman
I mean
1.
people how many times we didn't see that? I've had people with the fucking Fantasy Masterpiece, the silver #1 Silver Surfer, that they swore was real. You know, they swore it was the OG.
Yeah,
copy.
that is, yeah, that's,
you know, I've seen it with that one
identical.
where people are trying to hawk that. Even the any key in there, any key you look at, you got people to this day, you know, that get into the game and get confused with that book. You know, I've seen it not too long ago, a few years ago. I've seen a kid at the shop. He swore that was like the OG copy.
One thing I like about the Marvel Tales, and for a while the Marvel's Greatest Comics, was when they would put the like remastered covers by like the Galactus trilogy has John Buscema covers instead of the current. Like, you know, as much as you love the Kirby covers, you see them all the time, but it's cool to have like just another great artist do like an interpretation on it. And then of course you've got like the Marvel Tales covers. You know, you got like the McFarlane run and the Zek run.
I picked this up recently. It's because it's a great cover, but it was so clean. I'm like, wow, I bet you probably don't see the reprint in like nice shape with the
it's hard to find them in
darker cover, but like you were saying, though, like in Marvel Tales 137, which reprints AF-15, it also has the original cover that Steve Ditko, you know, that was rejected.
Oh yeah,
so
in the back.
Sometimes you get cool stuff like that inside as well.
And it has that one actually has instead of having the other AF-15 backup stories, it has the first Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's I don't know if it's the first Doctor Strange or the Doctor Strange origin issue.
I think it's his origin. Yeah,
it's his origin issue. So, but I mean, that's kind of cool to have like two Ditko things in the same book. You know.
Yeah, no, I love that run of Marvel Tales when they do the Ditko. You know, 137 to whenever.
Yeah, I'm missing about like 5 issues from that run to have.
Yeah, me too. And they're somewhat pricey and hard to find. Yeah. Thankfully, I have a #5 because of you. But,
no, have we #5. Just out of shits and giggles, you know, we always gotta go back to it. You know, we know where we're going with this. Are we slabbing these reprints?
Oh, yeah. Seen them all the time.
Have we seen any slabs, guys? Because I haven't looked. But I wouldn't be surprised if anybody has tried to slab these reprints. I mean, I'm pretty sure.
I've seen them on eBay.
I got a fake slab of my Hulk 181 facsimile. That's an old slab I cracked open for hanging purposes. I put it in an old slab.
That works, man. I like that.
But yes,
eco-friendly.
We've seen the guys trying to sell the.
Oh man.
Trying to sell slabbed facsimiles, which is
because I wanted to get an Amazing Fantasy 15 facsimile that came out a couple of years ago, and raw they go for about $30. But just when I'm looking them up, I see them slabbed, and people want like $200.
This is insane.
And you're like,
insane,
there's probably how many of these are in 9.8 condition? You know,
like everyone.
I think. Hold on a second, right here on eBay. If I'm not mistaken, there's a slabbed Fantasy Masterpiece #4. It's a 9.6, and they're trying to sell that for $598.
And the best is they'll be like, low census numbers.
Yeah.
It's like, because nobody sends in fucking reprints to get graded.
To get that shit fucking graded. I was like, you guys are smoking crack. And there's actually a raw one for 268. There's a raw for 268.
You know, it'd be a nice reprint run or set of like facsimiles if they did each individual issue of the Neil Adams run. Because like you said, the trades are thick. They're kind of hard to handle. But if that was like available in like single issue reprints, that would be incredible.
Hey, Alex, what's going on?
What's up, Alex?
Yeah, if they did a reprint series, kind of like a Marvel Tales again, I would probably buy it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like I don't buy much new stuff. I buy the facsimiles, and occasionally if something piqued my interest, you know. But if they did a reprint series monthly, I would probably end up buying it.
I think facsimiles for me, I only pick up like those #1s, you know, like First X, First FF, you know, Iron Man, you know, whatever those #1s, facsimiles I will pick up. You know, and of course, everything else would be, you know, the reprints. Of course, thanks to you two guys, you know, that got me into it. You know, because I definitely did not care for it. In my mind, was like why get the reprint if I just get the original? You know what I mean? Like, why bother with the reprint? But then you start to appreciate it more when it was like, oh shit, you know what I mean? It really does have some really cool covers. You know, this is really cool. The artwork, you know, you're like, damn, I didn't realize how much more it was to a reprint. And like you said, Daryl, it's great reading material for your child.
Yo, definitely.
That's what I did. You know, I started getting reprints again for her, and it was just like, oh, okay, well then I was like, I'm gonna get them for me too. So
that's exactly what I started.
Right, and it just started that way. And then of course, seeing you guys, I was like, man, I really would like to pair that up with this book because that'll make for a great post. And then that's how it snowballed, and then forget about it. You know,
especially if I found one in like good shape. It's like if I ran across it in good shape for a good price, I would be, I just can't give this one. Yeah, it's like that one I posted today, the Marvel Super Action with the first Vision reprint.
Yes,
that's a great book, and very difficult to find in
that condition, which is crazy. It bugs me out, man. How these reprints is just so hard to find.
I knew I started to have a problem with facsimiles when I started buying the ones of shit I bought off the rack. And I was like, oh, maybe I got a problem here.
You got an issue, bro.
I passed on those recently. And
I know. Like no more buying shit. Yeah, they have to be in the 70s or earlier. This one was cool, though.
This guy's killing it with this post today.
Yeah, I got that facsimile, too.
Fucking Paul killing it right now.
Yeah, that was a good post.
Jesus Christ.
Nope, I still had people saying... I still have people busting me up saying I forgot the Marvel Superheroes 23, which I do own, but I forgot to put it in the picture.
I said that on there. I was like,
oh, that was you?
He just didn't take the
Oh, that was you, Daryl? Oh, that was you?
No, but you go back to like...
Oh, you're the dickhead?
No, I didn't say he was missing it. Somebody else said he was missing it, and I was like, no, he's got that. He just forgot to pull it out.
But those were the books that got me on the reprint, like, even way back when I was first started collecting in the 80s, was the Marvel's Greatest Comics, the Square Bounds, Marvel Tales, Marvel's Collector's Item Classics, Marvel Superhero, all like those square bound reprints. I love those books
with the multi-cover covers.
Yeah. They got like 4 great Silver Age.
I have one over here. I could like go.
Yeah.
Just I'm pretty sure
pulling stuff up.
He got like 5 long boxes of reprints right next to him.
I'm waiting for something to pop up.
I know. He's like, just give me the word, guys. I'm fucking going in.
All right next to me is one of those Jack Kirby collectors.
There you go. Those are dope, man. You was killing it with those, man. I gotta pick those up.
I got a couple things because of you recently, Daryl. I picked up that Herb Trimp book.
Yeah,
Herb Trimp, man.
Did you get it in yet?
Yeah, it's here. I took a picture, but I haven't done anything with it. I don't know where I put the book, actually. Oh, no, it's right here.
Yeah, you got to get that book, Morb. That's a Hulk artist.
I know. I got to get that, man.
Mine's upstairs in my room.
This is great.
I was reading it by the bed the other night. So
it's just that right now I'm in a weird phase right now. I'm working on my aquarium. I'm doing this whole aquarium thing. And and I'm dedicated to it, you know. I'm like, that's like my zen right now. So I'm like, I just have 2 more weeks of investing into it, which, you know, of course, me being Morbius, I gotta do everything fucking 1000. You know what I mean? So whenever I'm like, you know, I remind what's his fucking name? Oh, damn. To the Tin Man, what was his name? The show with Tim Allen, yes, with the show that everything he had to do was like to the extreme. Every time he did something was like to the fucking.
Morbius got like that SeaWorld budget going on. Right
now. You know what I'm saying?
Messed it up somehow though, so I hope that's not.
No, that's the only part that we're not compatible in. I don't be fucking shit up, you know, and I'm too meticulous. You know, I think of all the fucking scenarios. So once I'm done with my stuff this month, I told myself, let me just finish this tank. I really want to get it. You know, I really wanted to invest in something and really, you know, put my all into it, because at the end of the day, it's like I always grew up with aquariums, and it's been so long since I've had one. And I was like, I just want to do one. I did one for my daughter. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do one for me now. and unfortunately, I didn't realize how expensive these things are. So I was just like, I gotta invest a lot of money in it. So right now, just once I'm done with that, I get back into my books, and trust me, I got a huge list. I have not picked up a book in like 9 months. So 9 months I have not purchased a book, man. 9 months, which is crazy.
You got to be detoxing. You're past the detox.
Yeah,
exactly. I've been really, and believe me, I just hold back. I just be like, I just can't right now. I got to hold back. I did pick up one. I'm not gonna lie. I did pick up one book, but other than that, I just been holding back really hard, man. You know. But yeah, at the end of the day, where we at? Got some ghost shrimp. There you go. So knows what's up. He's another aquarium enthusiast. Exactly. Got some nice show. You know, gotta get my ghost shrimps. But yeah, but definitely, man, I think that, you know, there is a difference, you know, between the two, you know, because I know that was asked of me. They were like, I heard a few people say that they're like, I don't see the difference between other than a cover, but this definitely is more than just a cover between a facsimile and a reprint, of course. And I think that depending on, you know, how you want to approach it, you know, some people might really dig those facsimiles. I mean, look at Paul. Paul has been fucking picking up a lot of facsimiles.
I'll pick them all up.
But honestly, that stack I lifted up is like Spidey 1, AF-15, FF1.
You see all those like number ones.
You know, it's all like, I know I showed those stupid 90s shit, but that was only a few. So predominantly it's good books. Actually, this one was cool, which I didn't see a lot of them.
All right.
And I felt like it was pricier right after it came out. The Black Knight #1.
Oh, there you go.
Which this is the kind of
facsimile. Here we go. There we go.
Nice. There's that one. Let's see. Now these are. What do you think about these with the silver?
Oh yeah, the milestone.
Silver edges.
Yeah, the milestones are cool. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that silver
edges, but you still get the ads and stuff.
Yeah, you get all of that.
What was the paper like in those? Still like stock, like kind of that like nicer paper in those as well.
Yeah, they are. They're the heavy. They're the glossy paper.
So essentially, unless you get an old school reprint from like the 70s or 60s, it's not.
Yeah, it's glossy all the way. Yeah,
these are pretty cool. These are just reprints. They're not facsimiles.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah,
they're from like 1989 or 90.
That's pretty cool.
92. These are from 92. So they have the 92 ads in them. There's another one.
Nice.
So here's the DC modern facsimile.
Oh,
and its paper,
man.
And its paper is more like the it's, you know, like how like the McFarlane or the X-Men series was.
Yeah.
Like the McFarlane Spider-Man. It's like that kind of. It's like thick, heavier paper, but not glossy.
Not that super gloss.
Yeah.
I wonder though if that Sandman series when it came out was even on like nicer paper.
So you had to pick this one up.
Yeah, that one I have. That one I got. That's a good one.
Yeah, he got the original too.
I do have the original, but
let's see. And then there's another Marvel Tales randomly to the side. Reprint. I don't know. I ran across this. It was like a Halloween book.
Oh, that's cool. I've never seen that.
Yeah,
might as well grab it. But it's got
put that on the list.
Ads, and it's on glossy paper and yeah, because it's got ads like, you know, for modern trade paperbacks.
Oh yeah, Howard the Duck. Yep.
So I don't know. What else do you want me to show? More DC stuff?
No DC. All right, I see you. All right, what happened to Daryl? Oh crap, Daryl. Guess he had that Wi-Fi issue again. Hey, Daryl. Okay. Well, unfortunately, today is a half-hour show. Like I said earlier, I have to jump off, man. Got to handle some business with the family. And but guys, once again, I appreciate Daryl. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
And
showing. I'm glad I was able to jump on for this one.
Oh yeah, I figured you had to, man. I was actually gonna DM you, but I was like, you know what? I know he's gonna be in the chat, and I know we got to get Daryl on here. You know, but yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for everybody hanging out in the chat with us. Once again, we'll be back next week with another full hour. But until then, you guys stay safe, be good, and remember, read those books. Daryl will tell you.
Always.
That's right. That's right.